Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Craft the World. And as you can see, my guys have taken it upon themselves to come over here when I wasn't paying attention and attack these guys, and I tried getting them to go back. Did not work. Nobody's died yet. They got really close, and they've pretty much just all shown up to do their own thing, and it's pretty heartbreaking to see it like that, because I wanted to put some traps down, make it easier on these guys so they could rest and get to the point where they could actually do something. But no, they've had other ideas, other thoughts on that. So let's do a few traps here. We're going to go ahead and select this guy and take control over him, and we're gonna see if we can put a few traps down before these enemies get here. Just one or two traps here and there can make all the difference. There we go. You guys can go ahead and stall them a little bit. I'll put down a little bit more. There you go. Stall them just long enough. Let's do one more. Come on, do it. Yes, got that down. Every little step they take, a little bit more damage. Come on, keep going. Okay, we got that. What about one more? Can we do one more? No, we can't do one more. How about one more down here? There we go. Oh, no. Get away. Oh, my God. Climb. There, you guys can follow me up. No. Well, you're almost dead anyways. I'll release you. You can go to bed. I will come back over here and take somebody else over. Now, let's see. Did we lose anybody? No, we haven't lost anybody yet. It's very close, though. Very close. Oh, my God. These guns are amazing. You know, they move away, they fire really accurately when they're really close range. It's kind of crazy. Like, you would imagine it wouldn't be nearly as good as it is, but it's just fine. And I think they're going to be able to actually kill this beholder if they didn't jump in there. If they were just shooting it from afar, I think they'd be perfectly, you know, set to go and keep doing what they're doing. Let's put a portal here. It's going to be one of our last portals because I'm almost out of power. And on this one, I think what we're going to do is actually, you know, start mining some stone. We're gonna get a little bit more coal, but we're really looking for iron. Iron's gonna be the thing we need a lot of, so I think we're gonna be able to handle that just fine. Let me look over here, see if we can find some iron anywhere. There's a little bit here, so we might come over here with some scaffolding and get that. In fact, I think we will. It's kind of a pain in the butt to come over here and get this, but you know, it's a necessity, something we have to have. There's still some traps down here. I could always pick these traps up myself, which I may do. I may decide to do that. And we got some more iron down here, so that's going to work. Let's go down this direction and pick up all of these little goodies. Let's see. We'll grab this over here. We'll grab this. That's going to allow us to pick those traps back up. Again, you know, if the enemies spawn down here, fantastic. We can let those traps be used, but I don't think they are. I don't think they are spawning down here anymore. So I don't think we really need to worry about that. So let's grab some of this. We do have a wave incoming here pretty soon in about 10 minutes, but that should give us enough time to get down here and start messing around with this. Maybe, you know, get the... Oh, okay, he's back. What is he going to give us? What does this guy have on the table for us this time? Now, if you remember, this whole area used to be sand, and when he came back and we got a little happy signal, look, he's dropping off wood there. Like the wood was just busting off of his fingers and his back. Is that how it works? He just drops it off that easy at the beginning and doesn't really see what you have and then toss you stuff? Or I think that was supposed to be happy, but he's not happy about that. Like, that was supposed to be, you know, enough, but he turned it back to sand again. And I think he went a little deeper this time as well. No, it's about the same. Yeah, we just have to make him happier next time. Wow, look at all my guys sitting down there. Yeah, I guess the trees were just destroyed by whatever else was already here. But I'll take them. I'll take the trees. We need some wood. And this guy's dead. We could destroy this thing. We could come over here and destroy that. There's a big guy that pops out of it, and I could put some traps down to help with that. But I think we're going to wait until after the wave is over. They got a lot of stuff they need to do down here, and I really want this iron to start messing around with some stuff. And I know the majority of the stuff I told them to harvest is coal, but you know, you use coal in a lot of different things, so that is going to be just as useful to me as... Ooh, look at all the stuff up here. Oh, we're definitely coming up here. We need the iron, and we need those buckets for beer. So let's go ahead and tell them to click this stuff right here. Is there anything else up here? It doesn't look like it. Let me put a portal. Because you can see a little bit more with the portal equipped than, say, the globe. It seems like these don't give off nearly as much light as the portal. At least in my opinion. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you think on that one. Let's see, how much left is that? 1 minute. I don't think that minute is going to last for them. I think that's going to go by really quickly. Let's grab this. I'm not grabbing every single one of the back pieces, only the ones that have coal or iron or something to really try to get. You can come in here and you can do just, you know, mass mining. I used to do that. I used to come in here and get every single piece of block, whether I needed it or not. At some point, I noticed that you could only have so much dirt. And right now, you can only have 999 pieces of dirt. So you can harvest as much as you want, but what you're really doing is losing out on the stuff that you need, because if you ever do need to use that dirt, if you pick up 999 and you keep picking up every piece of dirt on the map, eventually you're going to have less dirt to put down than there is or was on the map to start with. And that kind of sucks. Like, you don't really want to get to that point, because if you do, and you want to, like, at some point when you've, like, beat everything and you just want to go back into the level and mess around, you won't have enough resources. And yeah, you can make resources out of other things. You know, you could always use wood and create, like, wood panels and put those down everybody, but you wouldn't be able to put the dirt down everywhere, because you'd be out of it. And so I like to, you know, not pick up more than I can handle. And, you know, wood is something you're going to be going through so much of. It's just not funny. Put another portal down. I think that's where they're all going. They're all walking back. Yeah. That is a long, long way back. Let me go ahead and take these guys over. Control. Release. Yeah, you walk back. Same thing with you. Now, this isn't really that big of a deal, but if they don't walk back, if they don't go back to the portal, he's going to go right through the enemy territory here. He's going to get hurt. And that's the last thing I really want, is to lose one of my dwarves because they're being a little silly, or I was really slow on putting down their portals. So it's just one of those things. You have to decide what's more important to you. And right now, keeping my dwarves alive and getting the resources I need are a little bit more important than them going and fighting those enemies. I do want to kill them at some point, but not right now. Holy crap, there is just tons and tons of coal. I need more iron, though. Like, iron is... There's plenty of silver. Oh, there's a little bit of coal down here, or iron down here, too. And we're going to be using silver here fairly soon, so I do want to get some of that, even though we have a decent amount of it already. We're going to finish up here, though. There's a lot for them to get. A lot for them to get. How much time we got? 2 minutes, 26 seconds. This is the same amount of time that we have on the portal, but you got to remember that when they go through the portal, you lose a little bit of time both ways, so that's not going to last. We're not going to have enough time on the clock for our portal before we can put another one down. We still have another 2 minutes before I can even put one down, and I don't have my access to potions yet. Miller's Book increases the speed at which grain is ground into flour. So as soon as we get our potions, you know, we can always kind of make up for that. And we got plenty of, like, mushrooms that I've been trying to get here and there. Oh, we broke through. Yeah, we're gonna fall right down here in a second. These guys are gonna fall straight down, and no, they didn't. They didn't fall down. Now, they did drop the resources down here, so they will come down here. They're gonna have to chop through these blocks to fight this guy, but that's gonna be fine. I think if they have somewhere to stand on these pieces of grass or these vines, they might be okay. It depends on which ones they chop down and which ones they decide, you know, they're able to stand on. Ooh, what is all this? Ooh, that is cool. I like how it's all sparkly and stuff in there. Come on, guy, go home. Go home. Oh, your portal's gone. Dang it. What about you? What's your life? You're pretty good on life. Let me take you over. No, let's go this way. There we go. And I'm going to put down a torch. That way this area does not grow back really quickly with all those vines. It's kind of dark down here. Let's see, that's fine right there. Let's go over here where it's even darker. And we'll put down a light right there. We'll come over here as well. So you can see some of the vines are already growing over here. Oh, no, you didn't put it down. There we go. We got 2 more lights. I guess we're going to go off exploring with this guy a little bit. Wow, look at all this, guys. This is going to be massive, massive coal when we finally get to come over here and mine some of it. And I guess we'll put some lights over here because it has been a while. Now that spider was attacking my guy, but I guess it left him. Can I guess I can't light these things myself, can I? I can take them down, but I don't think I can light them myself. Okay, you can go home, man. You've earned it. You went exploring. You can go home now. Come on. Oh, nice. Look at all this. This is where we need to come as well. Okay, I think I might actually have a fairly decent amount of iron if I am lucky. So let's look at that real quick. I said release. Oh, I'm still selecting on them. That's right. Let's go into craft. Actually, not into craft. Let's see. What can we make? We still need stone. I think I picked up some stone. No, not enough. Well, we can't do that then. What about iron? We can do iron yet? Yeah, we can do iron. Okay, steel. We needed the steel bars. How many can we do? 14. That's not too bad. That should allow us to do like 2 breastplates, because breastplates are your most expensive pieces. They're going to use... Oh, and they were able to actually climb onto the plants. That's kind of clever. I like that. They used their brain to be able to get up there. I can put this one here. Will they climb up there? Maybe? Maybe on their way back they will. And I need to pick up some of my scaffolding because I've been leaving it everywhere for a while now. Oh, no. What are you guys doing over here? What on earth are you guys doing? Oh, you guys are freaking nuts. I guess as long as you're winning, as long as you're sitting up there, not really getting hit, although that one guy is. This guy right here is about to die. But this guy was just sitting up here chilling. He was having a good time until he decided to move, and I just lost somebody. Oh, you guys drive me bonkers. And I got 3 minutes till the next wave, and my guy won't get back for another 5 minutes. So we may just let him get. He just finished killing everybody. This guy still has full life. I don't think he's going to be able to kill this guy. But we'll see. We'll see how he goes. You can see that everybody's walking this direction anyway, so you know he's going to get help here in a second. Hopefully, if this guy will help him out. He has mithril armor on. If anybody should be taking the hits, it's this guy right here. Come on, shoot him. Shoot him. Yes. Fantastic. Fantastic. I wish my guys could kick like that when they fall off the ledge. Oh, come on. Where are you going, man? This guy was only fighting... Oh, my God. What is this, like, tag team? You're in, I'm out, and he just keeps going. He's like, you got it, man. You got it. I don't need to be over here. Where's he going now? Where's he going? Like, he was walking over here to do something, and was that his only job? To come over here and fight this guy? Now he's going to go back home and go to sleep? I think that's what he's doing. Yeah, he's going to sleep. Well, you know, I can't be too upset with that. You know, he's actually using his noggin for once and not acting too dwarvish for me, so that's all right. I can handle that. What about wood? How much wood do we have? Because we need to make a few more traps. And the reason I say a few more traps is because the wave is coming, and we have a lot of openings here on the top where they tend to gather and migrate. We still have plenty of places over here that haven't been chopped down. So let's put a portal here. Let them get some of this wood, get some of this water, and maybe we can fill in all these gaps. I doubt it. We only have a minute left. If I took control of this guy, maybe we could do it, but since I'm not going to do that... Is that raining down into my base, or is that a glitch where you see like the water going down every so often? Like right there. Is that a glitch? Because I don't think it's supposed to be raining through the dirt down into my base. I didn't see any water accumulate, but it just seemed like it was, as far as like the looks of it goes. Let's see, how much are we? 58? That's not too bad. Let's pick this stuff up. What else do we got to put down? Okay, so we can put some of these statues down. Now, these statues are pretty big. So let's put one over here. Actually, let's put one right here. And we will put one right here. Is that too close? I think that's too close. What about over here? I like that. I like that, because I might do like one of these guys here and another one over here, and then like 2 of these guys in the center, and then in between them like some chairs or something along those lines, just for looks. This might be too many, vases or something. I don't know if I like the look of that though. What else do we got? We got some chairs. We could do a couple of chairs here. Oh, that seems too close. Let's do a couple chairs like that. Maybe put a table in between them, and do another chair right here. That's way too close. Where could we put this? I almost want to put it over here. That way he can take a break after, you know, after he sits there and does all that all day long. What about this? Can we put this right here? That's not too bad, I guess. We could try that. I don't know. Maybe not two of them. Maybe not even this vase over here. We might have to move that. I like that kind of look as well. Let's take that off. We don't want that there. Now, where are my portals? Where are they coming from? Okay, so they're already falling down. And here they are. They're already over here. Now, they were attacking on this side of the base because this is where my guys were. They go after wherever they are. So, as soon as my guys leave this area, they're going to follow them. That's going to kind of suck a little bit because I don't have a lot of traps over here on this side. I actually don't have any traps on this side. And this is not the side I prefer them to be on. I like them to be on the other side where they walk across all the little, you know, wooden traps that I put down. And it's a long, nice, flat walkway so that these guys don't have to worry about being knocked off and not getting the right, you know, paving and stuff like that they really need. But let's see where these guys go. Okay, so as long as there's not any gargoyles, these things are fine. Oh my god, these things are making it into my base. I need to put a hatch there. I haven't had a chance to do it. I don't have the resources to put a patch down. Or not a patch down, a trap down, and then a hatch, and all that stuff that I really need to do. I got two guys sleeping who are almost full life. I could wake them up if I wanted to, but I actually don't mind these guys getting in. I forgot I had traps in here that have never been really used, so if they can go in here and use some of those traps, at least it didn't go for naught, you know, it's actually useful. And this beholder right here, I think is trapped. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything, so my guys are going to be able to sit here and pick him off, and I'm happy to see that. I don't see that as a cheat because I had to actually specifically design it so that creatures that are that tall will not get in. So that's strategy. You know, that's part of the reason I put it like that. And I've done that over here as well, so that you guys are too high cannot get in over here. And the same thing on this end if they happen to dig through. That way they're capped off in a small area and they don't have free reign over my whole base. You know, it's nice to have like a big range, big roof and stuff like I have in my other rooms, but at the same time, that poses risk. So if you do something like this, you know, they can't get in, but if they do dig in, they're stuck, at least until they dig into the next room. And if you do 2 or 3 I seem to be ideal, 3 blocks deep, they won't dig through nearly as often. It's pretty rare that they will go through that. Oh my god, these guys are just getting the crap kicked out of them. Get out of there, guys. You are supposed to be ranged guys. Oh, and I got a new guy, so that's why he's running away. Let me go over there. And it's you? You're the new guy? Oh my god, my main guy died, and you're a mage. I guess I'll give you a wooden staff. We'll go ahead and give you some steel pickaxes and an iron axe. What about equipment? We'll give you some Chitin armor, Chitin helmet, and we'll give you some regular booties, because I am all out of Chitin pads right now. I can't make any more for them. So that's kind of unfortunate. What else do we have? That's going to be it, I guess, because I don't have anything for you for mages. Now, they broke through, and there's traps down here, and they're jumping on them. And chances are they're going to die, but these guys are really big. So it's going to take them a few tries. They're going to go over a few of these traps before they eventually work themselves down to the bone. These guys over here, I think they're going to do it. I think there's enough of them that they probably won't die. And we'll just have to see, because this is getting harder, guys. This is getting a lot harder, which is why I want to upgrade to that steel armor. I also want to, you know, put some more defenses up here rather than just relying on traps alone. And I didn't even get to all the traps that I should have gotten to, so it's making it that much more difficult. But by raising the comfort, now my guys can go to sleep and they can get back into the fight before the fight's even over. So it does kind of all tie in together with one another, so it's very cool in that regard. You guys are killing that guy. That was not one of mine, right? No, that was an orc. I thought it was one of my guys that might have died there, and I saw him fall to his death. I'm like, no! Okay, there we go. You're dead. Come on, one more. One more. You can do it. Okay, let's put a portal here. Chop this stuff down. I almost don't want to seal it up right away, but at the same time, I know monsters can spawn at any time. They they don't have to wait for nightfall. They can quite literally pop up during the day, and they often will, just you know, to harass you a little bit. Oh my god, this lag. Come on, guys. There we go. I think it went away. Nope. So we're going to put these blocks down, as you can see right here. I wanted to cover it up as soon as possible, mainly for the fact that I know these guys, and I know if they don't cover it up when I really need it to be, they're not going to get here in time. So I'll do it while it's nice and safe right now, even if it causes me to kind of go slower in the end because they have to walk all the way around. They do have a portal up here, so you know that's going to be more than enough for now, considering I don't have any wood. There's one thing I wanted to do, which is I wanted to give the other guys some armor. Let's see, we have a new guy in here somewhere. There we go. I could see him walking around with no clothes on, and I was like, okay, well, we got somebody we haven't given something to. We got another mage here. You know, I'm actually kind of liking the randomness that they give you guys at, because it's working well for us on this one. We had a lot of archers to begin with. We had a little bit of a setback there. We lost some people, and all of a sudden we had a couple more warriors, and then we lost a few of our I think it was more archers, and then we got some mages. We got just a little bit of everything, and that's kind of cool that you can get that, because you don't really see that all too often on most of these playthroughs. I guess this guy is going to be... do we have any skills? I guess we don't. I was going to give him maybe archery and give him a weapon. But we do have a mage. We already have 2 of them. Yeah, let's go with it. Let's go with another mage, just so that he can have a skill. At this point, I think mages are just as good as any of the other characters that we have. You know, they're not going to be doing as much damage because they still are using a very, you know, lowly 10 damage weapon. But I think they make up for it later on in the game. So, yeah, give that to them for now, just so that we know we have the right class and everybody's set the right way. Let's see. What are we going to do? We're going to come over here. And let's see, have they finished putting all this stuff down? They have not. Pretty close to it, though. They put down quite a bit. They still have a little bit. Is that guy coming down here? Yes, they are both coming down here. One guy gets the chair, and the other one gets the fountain. So they're going to finish this off pretty quick right here. Now, let's see. What about over here? What is our comfort rating? 59. So it only went up 1% with all of that stuff that we put down. So not really all that great. I would have expected more from that. Okay, let's come over here. Can we make any of our armor now? Because we did have the ability to do that, but we were making the little bricks, the steel bars. And I think, yep, they finally made some of them. So we're going to go with the breastplate. I think, let me look at this. 11, this is 20, I believe. 14. Not as big of a difference as it used to be when you go from leather, which is 9, to, you know, 14. That's a pretty big difference. When you can use this chin armor to kind of make up for the gap, not really all that great. Let's look at the helmets. You go from 7 to a 9. Oh, to 8. Ooh, that's even worse. Okay, what about the boots? 7 to 10. So that's not too bad. And most of my guys are wearing, or at least some of them are still wearing the leather armor, and some of them don't have anything. So I'm almost tempted to just do the boots to start with. In fact, it uses a lot less. If we had done that earlier on, we wouldn't have had to make so many bars, and we probably could have made a full, you know, 12 or 13 or whatever it was that we needed, 11, you know, sets of these boots, and that would have made a bigger difference due to the amount of protection they get from it. So we'll do 1 for now, but I wish I had known about that. I definitely would have done that instead. But we still have those bars, so we might as well make some of this stuff. And we could go with the helmets, or we could go with the armor. And I'm more tempted to go with the armor, because at this point, you know, we're gonna get the steel or the silver pretty soon. I think ultimately that is going to replace, or the silver is going to replace most of this. What about coal? We got a fair amount of coal. So let's make 2 of those. And we still have 3 left, so we could probably make 1 helmet. Yeah, let's do that. Just so that we have the spell there, not the spell, the recipe there, and that we've already made it, so we don't have to keep finding the items. Once you make it once, you can just click on it and make it again. So all of those are going to be made. The boots, the breastplate, and the helmet. And that's going to progress us through our tech tree there quite a bit. You can see it's getting us about halfway. And as soon as we find a little bit more steel, we can try the diving helmet, because I want at least 12 diving helmets, or 11 diving helmets for the moment, for all my dwarves. You usually get around 12 to 13 dwarves, and then it kind of peters out. It takes a lot of experience, of a lot of time sitting there playing the game before you get that 14th one. And I don't think we've ever gotten them. I don't think we've ever played the level long enough. And we've spent a long time playing our levels. The last one in Pacific, because we didn't know where the Guardians were. In fact, there might have been the chance that the Guardians weren't on the map until we downloaded that new patch, and that might have fixed it. Although it might have not have been the case, but we searched the entire friggin' map, and I mean everything. We were down to just 2 little tiny spots on the map that could hold a Guardian that we hadn't been to before, and we went there and we got lucky. It happened to be that was the exact spot the 2 Guardians were, which is why I'm kind of leaning towards the belief that maybe the update fixed it, because that was just too much of a coincidence. Like, what are the odds? I know it's bound to happen to somebody that you search the entire map and miss like the 5 locations on the map where the Guardians are. It's going to happen, you know, theoretically, with the math, that possibility could happen. But what are the odds? Like, so super rare that if it actually happened to you, chances are you were doing something to encourage that in some way, or it was a bug. Like, I could see it more being a bug than it could be that I just happen upon that scenario. Like, that's just crazy. So either way, we searched the entire map, and that was one of the largest maps. It was, at the time, the largest map that we had seen. It's slightly smaller than this size. This side, I actually think, is not as big from what we've seen. Maybe it goes down really far, but from what we've seen, it doesn't really look that big. It's you know, it's a decent size, but, you know, I mean, I don't know. Until we come down all the way, and I can see just how far down it goes, it feels big, but not nearly as big yet. And that could just be, like I said, because we haven't explored. But at some point, I do want to do that. At some point, I do want to just be like, okay, you know what, we're just going to go running off today. We're just going to go looking. We're not going to get into any fights. We're going to try to avoid fights, but we're just going to see what's there. Because I'm one of these people. I used to play, you know, RPGs and MMOs all the time. And in those games, you're very much promoted and encouraged for going off the beaten path and seeing what you can find. I still have that, like, ingrained into me, is go off and look into the corners, enjoy the game, because like I said, I mean, I hate to keep saying like I'm an old school gamer and stuff, but when you grew up playing games that sucked when it comes to the graphics, there's no real nice way to put it. I mean, if you look at the graphics nowadays compared to what they were, they sucked, right? They were very basic, pixelated. Even on like pixel games, I still see better graphics today than what I grew up playing with. And that was okay, because that was the best they had at the time. They were doing the best they could, and games did get better. So I have no problem with that. But, you know, when you look at today's games, I constantly, when I'm going through them, like at this weekend, I was over at my brother's house, and I was helping out with a lot of the stuff he needs done, because, you know, he bought a fixer-upper. It's a farm. There's a lot of stuff that can be done, and he had a problem with his electricity, so I had to go over there and help him out really quick, and I spent the weekend there. While I was over there, when we got done and it was dark, you know, we sat down and we started playing Halo together. I was going through Halo 4, and I was just stopping every so often to look up at the graphics of the room or the planet that you're on, and I'm like, I'm just amazed sometimes at just how beautiful they really are. Now, I'm sure in like 10 or 15 years, people will be watching and be like, oh, those are very basic. Like, why would you be impressed by that? Well, you know, when it first comes out, it's very impressive, and later on, as things get better and better, if it's a really good game, it's still very impressive about what they did with what they had, you know, available to them. And, you know, for me, I'll sit here and I'll just enjoy the graphics, because for me, this is an improvement. This is still better than what I grew up playing. And, you know, there are times where I'm very picky and I'll play a game and I'm like, oh, they should have done better graphics on this. You know, this is what year, and, you know, you've gotten to that point. But there's other parts of me that will sit there and appreciate it for what it is, just beautiful, you know, graphics that at one point in time, they used to show on like the back of the game box as like the cutscenes. Like, this would have been a cutscene for a video game. This would have been a high-end cutscene for a video game. Some of the computer games that are out there now actually have the physical cutscene spliced into the game itself, so you see no transition, no like actual cut and be like, oh, okay, this is CGI'd. No, it's like literally the gameplay itself acting itself in the storyline, and that is amazing. You know, that still boggles my mind that we've gotten to that stage, because when I was a kid, I would constantly be like, I can't wait into those cutscenes of the actual game, and nowadays, here we are. Like, it actually happened. So, yeah, I'm constantly, you know, enjoying that aspect, and this is one of those games where I can look at it and be, this could have been a Saturday or Sunday morning cartoon. Like, I could have been watching this on TV if these things had voices. Like, that's how good the graphics are. They're TV quality, so that's pretty sweet in my book. I don't know if many of you guys even think about that or consider that, or you're just, you know, you kind of get very accustomed to what's out, and you're just like, oh, that's no big deal, right? What's the next big thing, right? But I look back on like where I came from with video games. I look forward on where it's going with like the Oculus Rift and the virtual reality headsets and stuff like that. And we still may be 10 years off before that's like a common occurrence of playing VR headsets. I don't think we're that far off. I think we're about 3 years. In about 3 years, they're going to be competing with, you know, like the consoles and the computers, probably blowing them all away, to be honest. There's not very many scenarios where I can't imagine VR being the better choice. You know, like Google Glasses, they have this ability where you can see through the lens to the real world, but you can also superimpose things on the world. So you can put, you know, 100-foot or 100-mile, you know, wide TV in the world you're looking at, if you have that much space before you. So if you're standing there looking at the ocean, you can put it off really far offshore and just have this massive TV that takes up the whole horizon. But you can still see everybody around you. So it doesn't get in the way. You know, so you can have situations where you need to go out, wear something like that, and when you're bored and you're sitting there, you can watch TV, check your email, do everything that you normally do at home, but through your glasses where other people can't see you, and you actually get a little bit of privacy for once. Or you can have the headset, you know, completely cloud over and enter like this world that you know, you're completely immersed in when you're at home, or, you know, maybe even when you're out, if you can, you know, get away with, you know, walking around into like doors and stuff and popping your nose on stuff. So yeah, I think there's going to be, you know, some learning curves to go with it, just like cell phones were when they first came out, and or when they first became popular. I was going to say when they first came out, they were bricks, and people used to be walking around and be like, look at me, I'm talking on my phone. Oh wait, that still goes on. If you're somebody like that, guys, stop doing it for the love of everything. Holy, come on. I don't want to hear your conversation about, you know, your foot fungus while I'm standing there ordering a box of whatever from the theater. You know, I don't need to hear that, right? Like, nobody wants to hear that. Even you don't want to hear that. You're just talking because you're like, you're I don't know what it is. I don't understand that aspect of letting people know like every little thing about you while you're standing in line. Like, I mean, I know it's weird to say that when I do YouTube videos and I talk about myself and stuff, but I just find it a little weird. Like, why are you doing that? For some of the most embarrassing conversations, like if I had something that embarrassing, I wouldn't be telling you guys about it. I mean, we all have embarrassing stuff. I don't mention it on here. I keep it off. I try to forget about it, move on. I mean, you know, it happens. But I wouldn't do it in the line with people actually standing there physically next to me so they could hear that embarrassing moment. Why would you share that? I don't know. I don't understand it. It's beyond me. But I find it, you know, very interesting. It's an aspect of people that befuddles me. So, but I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here, guys. I do apologize for that short little break in between, you know, halfway between this this episode. Like I said, computer's coming in sometime next week. All the parts are going to get here, and then I'll have to build it. And once I do, all of these problems, I hope, will just be a thing of the past. I've been trying. That's the reason I'm bringing it. You know, getting the computer is because I've been having so many issues with this one, and I don't know what the issues are really. I've tried everything: bigger power supply, you know, fresh install, new hard drives, you know, better graphics cards. Nothing seems to work. I think it's just gotten to the point where it's so old, it's just not doing what I want it to do, and so it's kind of impacting my videos, and I find that highly unacceptable. That's when it starts ruining the videos because it's adding lag to it. Because it's my fault or the game's fault, I don't really care which one's its fault. It just ruins the video regardless. So I gotta fix that. And if I can fix that by getting a better computer, then that's what I'm gonna do. So I went ahead and popped, and I got the money, and I well, maybe not all of it, or I shouldn't be spending as much as I am, I should put it that way, but we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to get a better one, and it's going to be so sweet. I'm going to be able to film so much quicker, guys. You have no idea how much I'm looking forward to that. Not that I am saying that I enjoy or don't enjoy playing these games. I greatly enjoy that aspect. I don't enjoy waiting 3 hours for the file to convert over after I record a 30-minute episode or a 20-minute episode. That part I could do with that. Like, I'm not getting any enjoyment from sitting there waiting for it. And yeah, so once I don't have to do that anymore, once I can just record, convert at the same time, and upload it almost instantly, then it's just going to be like I can play like 3 times more than I'm able to now, because the computer just it fills up, and then I have to convert, otherwise I don't have any space. So that problem gone, just gone. It's gonna be you have no idea how much I'm looking forward to that. But again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.